Never ask a woman what her body count is. Never ask a woman if she's a hoe or anything like that. It's the dumbest thing you could do. Don't. First off, it's very disrespectful to do. Don't do that. But second thing is, look at a woman's behavior. Look at the way she acts. Look at her past relationships. This is why I tell you ladies, like, you gotta really be good with your past relationships, because I'm gonna judge the fuck out of you with your past relationships. Same thing for the guys as well. If your past girlfriends are not, they're not it, they didn't do things for you, X, Y, and Z, you should judge the man. You should see the quality of people that they've dated, the quality of people that they've attracted. And yes, a lot of things can change. It doesn't mean everything. Like, if they dated someone that was abusive before, does not mean that they deserve that and they like that. But there is a high chance that they were attracted to those characteristics and they jumped in that relationship and they liked that person and they fucked them and fucked them and fucked them and slept with them and did this and did that. And that is why they're in a situation right now where they're unable to find a partner. Look, you got to look at people's behavior more than anything else. And I'm not even talking about actions. I'm talking about habits. I'm talking about the things they do every single day. Do they go out every single day? Do they have a friend group that all they do is drink and party and go out and talk to guys? Are all of her friends on social media posting their butt out and this, that, and the third? Look at the people that she's hanging around with. Look at the people that she surrounds herself with. And look, here's a dark truth. You're never going to know. You're never going to know. I know girls that, I know a girl in particular, I'll give you a story. She slept with everyone downtown. Everyone, okay? Attractive girl, slept with everyone. And she wanted to get married. So she found a rich dude, moved the fuck away, and does not come around to the hometown ever. Because she knows she's going to see somebody that she hooked up with. She knows that. And she reinvented herself. She cut off all her friends. She cut everybody off, everyone off. And the funny thing is, I actually ran into her 3 hours away outside of our hometown. And I ran into her. And I saw her. And I saw her husband. And she cut everybody off. And I said, hey, what's up? I said her name. And she looked at me and she was like shocked. And I'm like, how are you? Good to see you, blah, blah. And her husband was like, who's this? And I'm like, oh, we used to know each other back in the day, nothing like that. I'm just a good friend, great person. I lifted her up, and she knew. Oh, she was like, oh, thank God. Don't put my shit out there. But I talked to her friends, who's a good friend of mine. We used to all be close back in the day. She said, yeah, she cut everybody off because she didn't want a chance of this, that, and the third getting out to him, and she just lives her life now, and I'm sure she has kids and everything like that, and God bless her, do whatever you want to do. But a lot of girls, they come from a different city. Like, Miami's a great example, okay? Girls come from out the woodwork. A lot of people are implants here, like myself, like your boy over here, okay? I'm not from Miami. And people come here, and you have no idea what their sexual history is, what they've done, who they are in their hometown, X, Y, and Z. Most people in Miami don't know that I'm a clean boy in my hometown. I really don't do anything in my hometown. If you're from Cleveland, I just really don't do much. I go out here and there, I shake hands, I'm hello, hi. It's a small city. We all know each other in Cleveland, okay? Shout out my people in Cleveland. But you meet a girl, like there's some girls that come to Miami and they're from XYZ place, and they may be, oh, I never do that, I never do this, and you don't know who they are back home. You don't know. Even the guys, they might be scamming back home, they might be doing this, that, and the third. You don't know who they are. So you gotta watch people's habits. You gotta watch their behavior. You gotta watch to see what they do. You've gotta study them. And you can't evaluate them off of knowing them for a day, a week, a month. You gotta really take like 90 days to evaluate someone, because once the 90 days gets in effect, you can start to see somebody's habits. Like, you really live with your boy Sumi over here, you'll see I'm not perfect at everything. I'm not. But I do try to hit a workout a day. I do my work. I work very hard. I like to get my sleep. I'm always on my phone. I'm always calling people. I'm always texting people. I'm very alert. I try to eat very clean and very healthy. So, I do okay. I do good. Pat me on the back. So, throw up a clap emoji for me. But the thing is, at the end of the day, you can really see how someone is. I see a lot of these people that flex like they got this and that, and I see their personal lives, and I'm like, man, it just isn't what it is. I see a lot of these girls that act like they're the hottest shit that ever touched the earth. And their apartments, they're lame. The bumpers hanging off the Toyota. They're not living the life that they are talking about they deserve. They want a man that's a millionaire doing X, Y, and Z. Honey, you ain't got nothing for yourself. And they're like, I'm the table. Your table is the beer pong table. That's what it is, okay? It's the beer pong table that everybody's spilling alcohol over, and then the girl that's drunk comes over and just throws up all over. I'm keeping it real. Some of you need to humble yourself. Build yourself some accolades. Never ask a man to do something that you are not willing to do for yourself and you cannot do yourself. So when you ask for a man that's a millionaire, you know, you got to be able to bring value in so many different ways. And look, you need to be in a position where you're able to provide so much. What makes you deserving of it? If you had a son that was a millionaire, this is how I know, like, this is where it really becomes real right here. You would be telling him all sorts of shit. You know what my mom tells me every day? You know what Mama Basani, she says this. She said, a lot of things I learned from my mom. You don't really understand. I give my mom a lot of credit for this. My mom tells me all the time, women are going to use you for your money. Women are out here. Women are doing this. Women do X, Y, and Z. I'm like, Mom, why do you say this? Why do you say this? Like, my mom is an old conservative Indian woman. She's like, women are not good. Sumedh, that's what she called me. That's my actual name. I had to do it. Women are not good. They will use you. They are not safe. Do not trust them. Every time my mom tells me this, every single day she tells me this. She's worried. And if you had an 18-year-old son that was making a lot of money, you'd be telling him the same shit. Stay the fuck away from women. Women are, they ain't shit. Same thing. I'd be doing that if I had an 18-year-old daughter. Stay the fuck away from men. I know how I was when I was 21, 19, 20, 18, and how I would talk to women. I would tell my 18-year-old daughter, my beautiful, my princess, whatever it is, I would tell her, stay the fuck away from all the guys. Stay the fuck away, okay? Talk to a good guy. I'll pick a guy for you. Because when you love somebody and you really, really care about them, that's when the truth comes out. A lot of these people are out here to take from you. People are selfish, okay? And you are selfish. I'm selfish. Everyone's selfish. But you know what I find? The most generous people in the world are the ones that have things because they don't need anything from anybody else. People tell me the rich are bad, the rich are this, that. The nicest and kindest people are the richest people I've met because they don't need anything from anyone, okay? At the end of the day, be very careful with who you get to know. You meet a girl, don't ask the body count because it's not going to be true. It's not going to be true. Whatever she tells you is not going to be true. It's not going to be true. It's not going to be true. I don't care what she says. And the same thing with guys. You ask them how much money they're making, a lot of guys won't tell you the truth. Oh, me? Oh, yeah, 10 billion yesterday. Easy, man. It would have been 11, but you know, we had a bad day. That's how guys be talk. Guys exaggerate, they boast, they stretch the truth. Women belittle, they minimize, they hide. I've never been here, but I don't even know him. We're just friends. That's what they do. Guys flex, women hide. So learn the patterns of lying, learn the patterns of people just not being honest, and learn to study people's habits more than anything else.